Hi partakers, my name is Amanda, here to take you through the Your Take show this week. What we're going to be doing is different segments, but remember we're just going to be talking food and issues related to food. So today on the show we're going to have the food throne, which I'm just going to get right into right now. The food throne today has our cabbage. So when it comes to cabbage, what are a few facts that we can know about cabbage? Is it important? What are the nutrients that cabbage actually gives us? Let's talk about the nutrients first. It has one flagship nutrient which is very important called sulfur. Now sulfur, for those that are looking to have better hair quality, those that are looking to have better skin, also nails and our skin, you should definitely try having cabbages and try different types because there are different types of cabbages. So we have sulfur in there. We also have a lot of fiber. That's why if you remember in our earlier education, they'll tell us sources of roughage and they'll tell you cabbage is one of those sources. So if you're looking to deal with piles, with constipation, just clearing your body system of excess unnecessary fat, cabbage is definitely where you should go to. It also has other minerals. Did you know that cabbage also has a lot of vitamin C in there? So yes, if you're looking for vitamin C, especially right now as we're still trying to fight against corona, where we need our immunities high up there, cabbage is one of those very good foods that you should run to as well. So can we learn a little bit more of interesting facts about cabbage? It actually originated in China. And we have different colors for cabbage. I know most of us know this type, which is the white cabbage, but there's actually red cabbage. There's actually purple cabbage. There's actually blue cabbage. And did you know there can also be black cabbage? So yes, you still have a lot of work to do finding the different colors of cabbage. Make sure you taste them as well because each of them has natural pigments in there that give them those colors. And those colors are definitely very important when it comes to improving our health. So if you're wondering how we can actually cook our cabbage, yes, you can have it fried, lightly fried. It makes for a very nice stir fry with so many other vegetables. Also, if you're looking to make salads, cabbage is where you can go to. Did you also know that people actually in ancient days were using cabbage apparently for bald-headed men? They said cabbage was medicine for that because of the sulfur we talked about. So yes, we should run to cabbage every other time that we can, include it in our diets and use it to add variety to what we eat. You can also have it boiled, but the best way to have cabbage is steam it because all its nutrients will definitely be more intact when you are steaming cabbage. So that's about it for cabbage. Let's head on into our second segment. So in our second segment today is the discussion room, where we're taking down the lessons that we have learned from the questions and inquiries that people are making, and they have been so active. I would like to appreciate them for doing all that they can to send in their inquiries and just be active when it comes to the nutrition front. So firstly, we are getting a question from an anonymous person today, and he asks, is he not supposed to have oily foods because his skin is oily? And at times it gets pimples, with those fat heads that come out. So he's wondering, is he not supposed to have oily foods? Yes, so eating oily foods is definitely a no-go area if you have an oily skin, because it affects how you are going to, you'll just be storing a lot more fat into your body system, which is going to be fueling those pimples and those fat heads that you're complaining about. So we need to stay away from oily foods. That's a definite, because we don't want to fuel, having so much of those pimples that we have talked about, or creating stores where they can actually get more and more fat to just, be more prominent as we go along. So yes, we should be staying away from oily foods. Question number 2 is coming in from Stella. Now Stella is asking what she can do to gain weight. She recently gave birth, but the weight just disappeared even before she could give birth. So she's wondering, what can she do to actually gain weight? So yes, with weight gain, we should be eating more frequently, and I would advise that you try and eat a lot more also as you go later into the night, say before you head to bed, because that's one of the times when you can easily store the fat that you can easily store the food that you're eating or the calories that you're having to be turned into fat, and therefore you'll definitely gain weight. So yes, we should know that there's timing that actually supports for us to gain weight, and so look forward to eating more as we go later into the night. And the opposite is true for those that are trying to lose weight. Okay, so we head on into our third question. The third question today is from an anonymous person again, and she's saying, I am slim. I don't understand why my stomach is divided into two. I exercise often, so what foods can I eat? We have talked about that on the Facebook page, but we need to know that, you know, exercise is great, it's good, but sometimes if you're doing, let me say, uneducated exercise or uninformed exercise, you might actually end up exercising wrongly. So that means you could be doing wrong workouts, which are actually supporting for you to actually have more of a belly. In this case, if you're slim and you still have a belly, especially if you say you have a lower belly, that means you might be doing squats the wrong way, for example, and therefore you are actually putting so much pressure on your spinal area or your back area, and that's why you tend to have more of a bulge with the lower belly. So we need to be able to do the squats right, or we need to be able to do, if you feel you have been doing squats too much and you still observe that lower belly, then try and do other exercises that are, you know, more focused still for the stomach, but have a different technique to them, so that you actually don't still support the having a bigger belly. I hope that helps, Stella. Let's get on to our fourth question, that is coming in from Justine Nansamba. And Justine Nansamba is asking, does sugar in cake affect a diabetic person? Now, we need to know that for diabetics, calories and sugar are definitely enemies of progress for the management of diabetes. So if you are going to add sugar into cake already has ingredients aside sugar that have a lot of calories in them. I'm sure there's going to be margarine or butter. There's flour as well. I'm not even sure whether you would have used whole wheat flour, but all those, the cumulative effect of all those will make sure you have so many calories in there. And then if you're going to add sugar as well, it's going to be, you know, even worse, because the calories that are in there have increased, and therefore we definitely are not supposed to have sugar in our cakes. And even cakes, for that matter, diabetics are not really supposed to have cakes, unless they're going to be those that have been well thought out. The ingredients are actually favorable for diabetics to eat. So no cake, no sugar, no cake for diabetics, my dear. Okay, let's head on into our last question, coming in from Nava Frida. Nava Frida is asking, can drinking too much cactus help to get rid of blood clots? Okay, so cactus is another form of vegetables, like we have talked about our cabbages. So you're going to get a lot of fiber and water from cactus. But the thing with fiber and water, you see with blood clots, those blood clots are forming most of the times in the passage of blood, which is the blood vessels. So it's veins, it's arteries, maybe capillaries. So yes, if there are blood clots there, unfortunately the fiber is not digested by the body. So it's not like it's going to reach the bloodstream because it's not digested by the body. That is why, yes, fiber is important to help us with better circulation and better, because it provides for better digestion of foods, but it actually is not going to enter into our bloodstream. So yes, it doesn't directly support or is not directly helpful for dealing with blood clots, but it definitely is important to have fiber if you're trying to ensure you have better body circulation in your system. Also, cactus has so many other nutrients that actually help us to continue having blood circulating very well in our body systems. So yes, drink as much fiber as you can, but remember, you need to have other nutrients that are going to be more supportive for blood circulation. Thank you, Frida, for that question. So the take of the week today, drum roll, goes to Rachel Namutosi. Congratulations, Rachel. So Rachel was saying, with COVID, rice must be surely a delicacy in most homes. Growing up, we only ate rice on public holidays. But I don't regret it at all. I'm guessing it taught her, you know, the importance of food and how some foods are more sacred than others. I'm guessing that's what they were trying to teach at her home as she was growing up. But yeah, that was the take of the week from her. It was just something funny to, ponder on. Okay, we're going now into our wellness quote, which is the last segment of this show. Our wellness quote today says, get into the habit of asking yourself. So ask yourself this: does this support the life I'm trying to create? So what we're trying to say here is, say if you're a type that is, for whatever meal you're going to have, the next meal you're going to have, before you put it in your mouth, ask yourself, does this actually support the life I'm trying to create? If you say you want to be a healthy person, if you say you want to be, someone that's more active, if you say you want to glow, is the food that you're about to put in your mouth actually going to support the life that you want to live, the healthy life you want to live, the glowing life you want to live? So always ask yourself that question before you are tempted to cheat, have a cheat meal, before you are tempted to eat way more than you're supposed to, before you are tempted to, focus more on foods that are not actually helpful. Always ask yourself, is this food going to support the life I'm trying to create? All right, so that was the wellness quote. But I know we can still continue talking to each other. We can still keep in constant communication because that's what breeds this show anyway. So we are on various social media platforms. The first being YouTube. The YouTube channel name is Amanda Twebaze -nutritionist. Amanda Twebaze -nutritionist. On Facebook, it's the same name, Amanda Twebaze -nutritionist. And then you can head on to my blogger as well. There are short, captivating stories on food, just to help us ponder more on, the way we live and how we eat. So the address is amandatwebaze.blogspot.com. On WhatsApp, the number is 0782 152610. 0782 152610. It's a WhatsApp only number, so please do not call the number. We're also on Instagram. The handle is Food Witness. And then for those that want to send, an email, a business email for business, the address is amanda.chichoncho@gmail.com. amanda.chichoncho@gmail.com. So until next time, catch us again on this very channel, on this very platform. See you next week with more on breaking the silence on food matters. Bye.